everybody, welcome back to my second video of the smoothie series. The last one was the simplest one. This is the most complex. This is the one that I make for myself the most. This is the big Markus smoothie. People always ask me what my smoothies are, so I'm going to tell you this is the one that I make pretty much on a daily basis. And it's about as nutritious as you can get. If you eat this, if you make this, and you don't eat anything else for the rest of the day, you're nutritionally covered. This is it. This is all you need. And it looks like a lot of stuff, but once you do this over and over, day after day, it's actually pretty easy to make. So what you need for this is, use whatever you want, but this is what I use. Dandelions are one of the most nutritious greens you can get. You always have to have greens. Remember my formula is half greens, half fruit. Frozen fruit is better because it's nutritionally locked in. It's easier to get no matter what time of year it is. You don't have to worry about in-season stuff that's not in season and it's picked unripe. Frozen fruit is always picked ripe. So it's usually got a lot more nutrition. Anyway, so dandelions, frozen fruit, or any kind of greens, but dandelions is the most, it's the most nutritionally packed for you. Aloe vera, which is pretty much superfood of any, this can, if I could tell you what this does to your body, you would eat only aloe vera. It is so good for you. Celery, coconut, and if you can't get an actual coconut, get coconut water. You can get that in health food stores. My sea moss, as you see my videos, we make our own. We have a batch in the fridge ready to go at all times. It's a gel. This is really good for helping the body form collagen. And to help mask the bitterness of the dandelion and the aloe, I highly suggest adding 2 dates to this mixture. Dates are really, really high in minerals, and of course they're sweet. This really helps add flavor and makes it taste really good. Some pineapple, frozen fruit, and then my powders. These are the powders I use the most. Green formula, age-free for anti-aging. You gotta have your vitamin C every day. The herbal vitamin C, not the ascorbic acid that's made in a lab, which is just starch and acid. And that's it. And then, so basically, the formula is half green, half fruit with some kind of liquid. That's the basic formula for all smoothies, is half green, half fruit, and some kind of liquid. So let's start with the liquid, which in this case is a coconut. And it's really, I like to chop my own. Most people probably are not going to, but in case you want to do this, you can get a cleaver for $6. I'll put the link down below. You just hit it 4 times. That's it, and it comes off. It's really not that complicated. So I just pour the whole thing into there. And actually the coconut meat that's on here is actually pretty good for you. It's healthy fats. So I usually like to scoop a little bit of the coconut meat in here, and sometimes I even like to go a little further than that and just go. Yeah. So where am I put my spoon? Here it is. So a metal spoon works better at doing this than a wooden one, but that's all I have right now. So I like to take some of the meat from the coconut, put in there. Not all of it, but some of it. And now I start with the fun stuff. So pineapple. The core sometimes is a little too fibrous for me. I know it's got good stuff in it, bromelain and stuff like that, but in this case, most people are probably not going to like the middle part. So there's that. Cucumber, I use maybe this much of the cucumber, like 1/3 of it, or half of one. Celery, I use 2 stalks. 2 stalks of celery. Dandelion, I get like a handful like this. A nice good old manly handful of greens of some kind, or you can mix and match. You can use kale or whatever, but dandelion, get some bitter greens in there because bitter is really, really good for you. And then we put some aloe vera in there. The longer you do this, the more you can handle, but That's a good amount there. I don't cut all the skin off. I cut some of it off. People who have really weak, messed up livers that are really toxic, the people that are toxic should not have a lot of the skin. People that are healthy like me and clean, you don't even have to take the skin off. But for those of you who are starting, cut most of the skin off. But anyway, a good chunk of aloe like this should go in the blender. Then I get a nice scoop of sea moss, which is the sea moss gel. You know what? Today I'm going to do this much here. There is no set amount. People say, how much do you put in there? I don't measure it. You like, maybe a heaping tablespoon, if you say that. So, okay, now comes the fruit. So, blueberries are one of the most nutritious fruits you can get. Anything that's blue is super nutritious for you. Really high in antioxidants. You can get fresh blueberries, but for me, the best ones to get are wild blueberries, which actually you can buy frozen wild blueberries in a health food store. These are from Whole Foods. Wild blueberries are the smaller, anything that, you know how big the big blue, look at how small these are. Wild food is usually a lot smaller than the big GMO food, the stuff that's bred in a farm. So wild stuff, if you were out in the wild and you found berries, they're usually a lot smaller than what you're used to getting in the produce section. So this is a good sign, the fact that they're all that small. Anyway, so I put a bunch of blueberries in there. Blueberries are really, really, really good, really high in antioxidants. And cranberries. The thing about cranberries is they add this beautiful color. It's like Christmas time. You got green and red in there. Doesn't that look like a Christmas thing? The 2 dates. And then I add my powders. So how much? Again, there is no set amount. If you're just starting with my powders, use like half a teaspoon, work your way up to a teaspoon. I use like a tablespoon. That's what I use. Really, really diehard people, I've been doing this for a while, they use maybe 2 tablespoons, but I would say the average person should use 1 tablespoon. You work your way up to it. Vitamin C, again, like a heaping tablespoon of that. And green formula. Now, green formula, I use 2 of these. Notice how heaping that tablespoon is. That's 1, and then there is 2. Remember, this is going to be enough for 2 to 3 glasses, so this isn't all going to be drank at once. So it's not like you're drinking all this powder at the same time. Yeah, so that's it. So I'm looking at here, the water, the liquid level should be up to about here. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to it, just so it's nice and runny. So we have half coconut water, half water. You can use orange juice if you want, but that's a little bit on the sweet side for me. But any kind of liquid. If you really want to be super healthy, water is good. Just plain old water, spring water is the best. But coconut water has a lot of electrolytes, a lot of nutrients in it, which is magnesium, things that are good for you. So it's a little bit more than just water. Anyway, so that's my basic setup. I know this took about 10 minutes so far, but again, I'm not talking when I'm making this at home for myself. What I just did, I could probably do in about 2 minutes tops. And it gives me enough for the whole day, like three glasses, and that's it. Okie dokie. Ready to go. Now you'll notice this is really runny, which is good. I mean, you want it kind of runny. If you don't have enough liquid, it's not going to be runny like that. So I usually do 1 for me. This is about how much I drink at once. And I make 1 for Kara. And I happen to have a cameraman here today that actually does my work for me, so that's good. He's going to get 1 too, so 1 for him. I don't want him to like drop on me, you know. He needs to have the strength to keep going and make the next 4 videos. So that's a good segue out of this video because we're going to make 3 or 4 more smoothie videos in the smoothie series, this is the one that I drink the most on a daily basis. Health, I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that, right? I mean, it's so easy. Anybody can do this. There's no excuses. I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for video number 3 in my smoothie series. See you around. Cheers.